の色はエメラルドブルー宝石みたいに光ってる流れ星を見上げていたあの夜も
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to this week's installment of the Anime Analysts podcast. It's always great to be back. It's always great to have my butt in this chair, my hair in this hat. It's always great to just be in this fucking area. You know what I'm talking about? How have you been, Trey? How is life treating you? How have things? Any highlights from the last 7 days?
I've been good. No highlights. I golfed
Yes.
finally. That was like the first time I've golfed in like 2 years.
How'd that go?
It was okay.
It was good.
I mean, my score wasn't good.
Yeah, but, 2 years.
Yeah, I beat Jacob, too.
That's all that fucking matters. Dude, I'm so happy you beat Jacob. I'm so happy. Jacob, I know you're watching this right now. I'm not sitting here praying on your downfall by any means, by any way, shape, or form. But that shit is pretty funny to me.
I think it was literally like 1 or 2 strokes.
Yeah.
We were like literally neck and neck the entire time.
No, you know what that shows? You got a really nice set of clubs. And to beat him in golf, you just got to get him.
He broke his 8-iron too, which is...
That's his club.
That's his
bag.
Right there,
that's his entire fucking bag. He got new clubs though.
He did? He bought a full new set?
Yep. He has a full set. They look really nice.
Yeah, he was like looking at drivers to buy
like while
on the way home. I think he ended up...
He bought a new driver too.
It's the same one Charlie has.
Yep.
I think.
We're going to probably stop and get it for him while we're in Ames this weekend.
Okay.
Yes, which on the topic of that, we're going to drink this weekend. I'm so excited. I act like this is like something crazy for me. I drink most weekends.
This is an event.
Yes. And it's not only is it an event, it's an event in a place where I get really fucking drunk every time I go.
I mean, we're seeing friends we haven't seen in a very long time. Yeah. So it'll be very fun.
It's going to be exciting. I love a good dirty. I'm hoping weather's clean, but I was looking. It's supposed to be a little nippy out, so you might catch me in a jacket.
Give me a little fit it up.
Yeah,
just get fitted up.
Oh, bro, should I bring out the big coat for that?
That's dangerous.
Oh, or should I bring out my leather jacket?
The leather jacket might be a little
jacket
smarter.
Yeah, I might bring out a leather jacket.
The trench coat's a little scary because if we play like
die, something.
We play. It's like beer darts. We play speed. Like, there's some splash. There's some splash danger in there.
No. It's like a full wool coat as well. Like it's not some shit that I can just wear. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I love drinking at 3 p.m. or 3 in the afternoon. It's like one of my favorite things.
Wait until 3 to start?
I don't know what time we're going to get there. We're going to leave after we wake up on Saturday. And I've been on this fun thing where I'm sleeping until like fucking noon on Saturdays. So.
Yeah, I think Cade works till noon. So
we'll probably get there after. Yeah, we'll probably get there at 1, which would be fine. Oh, you know what I'm hyped for? Every time I go to Ames, I always get Culver's. And there's a Culver's here, but I rarely get it just because it's fucking so far out in the fucking boonies.
It's not very good either.
No, it's
really
like
I haven't really had a good experience. No fast food here is good.
No, there's no good fast food. No. There's no good pizza. There's no good burger. They got rid of the only fucking fast food burger place. They got literally the only fucking one that's within walking distance, which is 90% of what you do in this fucking city. They got rid of the Freddy's. They're going to put in a Cane's. It's going to be the shittiest Cane's.
It's going to be so busy.
It's going to be awful.
We're not even going to go before we graduate.
No, that shit's not getting put in until like late October. Yeah.
But I went to Hudson's last week. It was fucking money.
Where's Hudson's?
And it was pretty cheap. It's kind of like, where like Harbor Freight is and like Aldi.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, like on Highway 1 or
whatever. Out that direction? Oh, nice. What kind of food was it?
It was like burgers. It was like bar food, but it was a really good burger.
It was a good burger? Maybe we'll have to try that out.
It was cheap. It was like $9.
What the fuck?
A bunch of fries, too.
We're going to have to go try that out. That's ridiculous.
Good. I mean, I went with Maggie. Me and Maggie both got meals. We both had beers. And it was $34.
Oh, wow. That's really cheap.
It was cheap.
Sometimes I feel like I spend $34 at like fucking Chipotle or Pancheros. I spend at least half that.
Oh, yeah.
No.
The lady was super nice, too. Like, we got there like right as happy hour is ending, but she still gave us happy hour deal.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's super nice of her. That's super nice of her. Should we do our Bev review with the little Bev that I have left? So we're refilming right now. Camera malfunction and we didn't notice. And so we already did our Bev review and we did Cherry Pepsi. I've talked about my infatuation with cherry drinks before. So I kind of fucking hammered this thing.
It's good. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Again, it makes me poop, so.
Who knows how you'll feel. Maybe the camera won't malfunction. You'll just poop on it next time.
But, oh my God, I forgot to tell you this. I was, because I made the new intro this week. Hopefully you guys like the new
we hope you enjoy that. A very good job on that.
First time on that. Thank you. But I was just watching other stuff trying to get an idea for it. And it wasn't Trash Taste, but it was another really big anime or anime podcast. I can't remember what it's called. Like Otaku Boys or something.
Oh, yes,
two guys.
Yes.
The episode I watched, they fucking, first thing, they're like, we just filmed 20 minutes, forgot to click record. So I was like, that made me feel a lot better.
It happens to more people than we realize. This... I can not fully understand, but I kind of get why really big podcasts have production teams now to avoid little fuck ups like this. How many times a week you think Joe Rogan fucked this up when it was just him clicking the button on it?
Yeah, dude, that would imagine fucking up a Joe Rogan podcast. Oh, I'd be so upset.
Imagine how mad.
And his are I'm sure he's not stopping every 30 minutes to reset his camera. So you're 4 hours into a Joe Rogan podcast, fuck.
Dude, I didn't click record once. He's filming with I
got the back angle camera though.
Yeah. We've got the angle that shows the fucking roadmap on the side of his head. Yeah. Veiny motherfucker he is. Love you, Joe. Or not love you, but please don't beat my ass if I ever meet you for saying that.
But I didn't actually realize how many fucking followers Trash Taste has.
How many?
It's insane. Some of their videos had millions of views.
Oh shit! No way.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
I think they had over 1 million subscribers.
Oh, damn. So I guess there is a market for what we're doing. We just don't fucking understand how to reach it, right? Well, yeah, we'll figure it out one of these days. We'll figure it out.
We're getting there.
Yeah, for sure. Just give it 2 more years. You know what Kevin O'Leary says, the guy on Shark Tank? If you pursue something for 3 years and it doesn't make you money, it's just a hobby. I
got 2 more years.
We got 2 more years, baby.
Oh my God.
No, we've got 2.5 years.
Yeah,
we've got a little
less.
Yeah.
I think this is episode 30. So.
Fuck me, we've done 30 of these? No shit.
We're basically we're almost a whole school year of filming in.
Oh
Missed
my God.
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is
and
true.
I ruined my fucking streak. I hadn't forgotten to click record and
Well, no, you said it just malfunctioned.
Yeah, I don't know what the...
If it recorded a minute, it must have just
Yeah, I don't know.
Go, do me a solid. Double check that real quick. Just make sure there's not an SD card problem. Because I feel if it's at 8 minutes, which is where we are right now.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, just making sure. Sorry about that, guys. I've got trivia to go to tonight, so I want to make sure.
Scrap the episode.
Yeah.
Posted late if it fucking malfunctions again.
Yeah. But what do you call it? How's your anime consumption been this week? How's I guess just media consumption in general?
It's been all right. I mean, we don't really have weeklies anymore.
I still have a couple.
But Freeren's done, Mashal's done. I think I'm done with Bujigiri.
I'm on the new wave of weeklies now.
Oh, you got a new one already?
Oh yeah, I've got 3
Solo
new ones.
Leveling's done. Sign of Affection, I just am not caught up with.
No, I tried to get caught up with it. I'll be honest, it kind of slows down.
I think I fell asleep during one of the episodes I watched because I was kind of just really fucking confused. I was like, when did they start dating?
Yeah, no, it gets pretty... It slows down quite a bit. I wasn't a huge fan. Romance hasn't been scratching the itch that it used to. It needs to be good romance.
They don't make them like they used to.
They don't make them like they used to, bro.
But, I just have kind of been slow. I'm getting back into manga again because we're doing a manga episode. But I read basically all of Invincible this week, and that was...
Yeah, because the season just ended. For those who don't know, we were doing a watch party with a bunch of people for the episodes. And then I went and just watched them on my own because I'm a piece of fucking shit. But it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the last 2 episodes were 2 good episodes. I don't know, man. They were 2 good Invincible episodes. They felt like the first 2 episodes of half a season. But the last 2, they just didn't wrap up much. Nor did they lead into much. It was weird.
I think just after, such an outstanding first season, especially, the last 3 episodes of season 1, it's just unfortunate that, this stretch of the comic doesn't end with, as much of a banger as... And there honestly really isn't... There's, 4 or 5 more moments in the comics that will like hit as hard as that.
You're talking end of season 1 Omni-Man beating shit.
Yeah. And there's a few things, but they're just not like as like flip the script shit like that. So it's just hard. Like you still had the Angstrom Levy stuff. That was like I thought cool and interesting, but the stakes just don't feel as high.
Yeah. When he like beat the shit out of him and was like, you were supposed to be stronger. I thought you were stronger. I thought that was really cool. That explores a layer of Mark that we've talked about a little bit, but not too, or not we, but the show talks about a little bit, but not too much, how he's always holding back. So I'm excited for the fight when he doesn't. That's going to be fucking sick. Dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, you know. But what was your, I have a question. What was your, from all this whole season, what was your moment that you would put as like, that was the Omni-Man moment of last season?
From this season?
Yeah.
There literally wasn't one.
I think there's one.
I Miss My Wife.
I Miss My Wife was really good. That dude, J.K. Simmons,
he's
what
so
the
good.
actual fuck do you eat in the morning?
That's like a whole page in the comic. It's really cool.
Dude, hell yes. I think...
What's your moment? I can't think of it.
When Alan dies. In the first half, before he comes back.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I thought that was so well done.
Yeah, and they reveal Thaddeus as a Viltrumite. Yeah, you think that's
that whole
seemed
little
crazy when it happened. Yeah,
that whole little thing. I guess that whole little side arc was really cool. I low-key kind of enjoyed it.
That's my favorite. That was my biggest problem with the comics is I only cared about like the Viltrumite part.
Yeah,
and like Mark's like battle against them and like Earth trying to defend against them. Like that was so much more interesting than anything else going on Earth.
No, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it's so good.
But
Coalition of Planets is sick.
Yeah, bro. The entire show is fucking money. Alan's quote unquote death.
He comes back so cracked.
Dude, he comes back fucking huge. I love that Seth Rogen voices him as well.
It's perfect.
That show is just so fucking good, man. That show is so good. But can I talk about the weeklies that I'm watching?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm watching second season of Jobless Reincarnation.
Okay.
First 2 episodes talked about it like when it was coming out in the first part. They gotta lay off the fucking pedophilic shit. It's weird. It's fucking weird. Have you watched it yet?
I haven't watched it because I read ahead. So
I see. One of the first things that happens this season is he is like, yep, my boner problems are gone.
Yeah.
Like,
that was really weird.
Yeah, I'm like, dude.
It's like he hadn't seen Sylphiette in like 6 years.
Yeah.
And it was like all he cared about was that he could get a boner again, not that he like reunited with who was once like the love of his life, basically.
Yeah,
like, it's fucked.
No, it makes me really mad where the show is at right now because it's a phenomenal fucking story. It really is. But the fact that I have to like almost sift my opinion, so I leave out like the parts of it that are
you have to watch it with blinders because shit just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, bro. I'm not a fan of it.
Like, if you just dropped that shit, it would be so fucking good.
It'd be incredible.
Yeah,
it'd be
incredible.
But what else am I watching? Oh, Kaiju number 8.
I watched the first episode.
Dude, fuck me, that was so good.
Yeah, you haven't seen like any of it?
Nothing.
Or read any of it? Really? Yeah, it's good.
Dude, oh my god, I'm so excited for Kaiju number 8.
Yeah.
Episodes come out on Saturdays.
I'm glad you like it.
We should watch it at Kate's place on this Saturday. Okay. Yeah, it's really fucking good. I'm a big fan. And then the other show, it's not a weekly, it all dropped at once. I'm watching the Fallout series on Amazon Prime.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that.
Dude, oh my god, it's so good.
It's like really good.
It's really fucking good. They do like the innocent, oblivious vault dweller vibe of Fallout so fucking well.
I mean, the trailers looked like amazing.
Oh, dude, it's incredible. It's absolutely cracked.
It's good to see they adapted a
video game well. Yeah. I feel like The Last of Us showed what it should be, and it's that these video games are like the big titles, the T1 titles, AAA games, they are made with the same, if not more care than some of the big animes are made with, because people fucking die for these, like Red Dead Redemption. Like,
say, make a Red Dead Redemption show, so I don't
Red Dead Redemption is the show. So I don't
have to get a console.
Dude, Red Dead Redemption is the show. It is.
Yeah. It's isn't it like a story, like play-along story?
Yeah, it's a play-along story. It is. It's incredible. It's fucking immaculate. But if they made a Red Dead show, it would be incredible. The Witcher is another good example of a show that's
done very well.
That it's done well, but also like, you can see when I'm talking about like the people dying on this hill, Henry Cavill is an example of the people who die on this hill. You can see what happens when they try and deviate from this beautiful story that they've been given. Because Cavill left. He said
he's like a huge video game nerd.
Massive video game guy. He just said, fuck that. Like, if you're not going to stick with this world-changing
you're fucking
story,
up if the actor is quitting because he likes the game and doesn't
agree with what you're doing. Yeah, no, completely.
I wish just the whole fucking cast of Game of Thrones quit before
before the last
final season.
Yeah, I watched 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. Fucking mad good. It's not that I didn't like the show. I literally just stopped watching
It's one of those shows where it's like, it's almost impossible to just pick it back up if you haven't watched it in like months. Because so much story happens each episode.
Yeah. It's hard to keep up with it. But luckily I finished season 4. So I just have to start season 5.
You could watch like a synopsis of the other
one. I could just watch a synopsis of the first 4 seasons, which is possible. That could be a thing we could do. But yeah, no, the Fallout show, it does such a great job of staying integral to the Fallout series. Fallout 4 is probably in the top 5 of video games I've played. I fucking loved Fallout 4.
Yeah. Fallout seems like a fun one.
Oh, it's so good. Fallout 76 is really good. There's New Vegas, or not Fallout 76. Fallout 76 is fucking ass. That's the new one they made. But Fallout New Vegas, the game that preceded Fallout 4, that game is fucking nuts. That game is so good.
I watched like a TikTok of like the whole storyline.
Dude, Fallout 4's storyline. Fallout 4's storyline isn't the best. Like when his son gets revealed as like the fucking syndicate head, I was like, come on, man. Like, come on. We know. Like we've been knowing. The fucking foreshadowing in that shit is so bad. It'd be like he'd be in the, he'd find like this, or you would find the syndicate head's lair, and it'd be like, no way, my son also liked to read that book, or no way, my son was also really into checkers. Like,
is his son?
Yeah, it's just his fucking son. It's just his kid. Yeah. Which a lot of people loved it, but just not for me. But the gameplay is really good, and they do a very good job of, because they don't adapt a story from Fallout with it. They just made their own story, and they do such a good job of maintaining key elements of Fallout, like this almost 1960s diner vibe that goes on as they walk around this world. But it's also like, sure, it's like, you know, happy-go-lucky nuclear family type shit. But there's also apocalyptic. Yeah, it's still apocalyptic. Like, people are still getting their eyes stabbed out. You like, people are like, the main character is a girl, and like she's trying to like avoid getting like, you know, trigger warning or whatever, but like she's trying to avoid getting raped and shit like that by these raiders, because like most of them are like, we haven't seen a woman in fucking ages. But yeah, this show's fucking phenomenal. I high key recommend. I'm 6 out of the 8 episodes in, and like I want to grind the rest of them tonight. But yeah, outside of that, haven't watched too much else. I've been reading a ton of manga, but we're going to talk about that next week, so I'm going to save my opinions on that kind of stuff. But should we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So for this week's episode, we wanted to do a little bit of a studio spotlight. We both had kind of different takes on this idea. We just wanted to pick like a smaller studio, or just one that we think deserves some recognition. They've got some interesting projects they've done. They've got some interesting projects coming up. Just shit and cool in general. But if you want to start, feel free to rifle.
Bone went a little more in depth with his, but I just picked one that I've talked about a little bit. I want to focus on Science Saru. I feel like they deserve a big shout out.
Big old pat on the back.
They're up and coming. I guess they've done other stuff, but they're getting into newer shit. Yeah. They have a very distinct style to them, and each anime they do has its own distinct style. Like, they're not just mapping it, just doing like
copy and paste in the shit.
Yeah, sure, it's beautiful animation, but like everyone looks the same and stuff.
No, I completely agree with you.
Science Saru in the past has done Devilman Crybaby, the newer Netflix one, which was crazy. Japan Sinks 2020, which is also very famous on Netflix for a while, and Scott Pilgrim, the new one.
Yep.
A whole thing on Scott Pilgrim.
Because we loved it. It was fucking money.
Yes. They did some Star Wars Visions.
Yep.
Not
the fucking
not big fans of that, but yeah. They've also done Keep Your Hands Off Isaacin, which I have not seen, but I know is popular. It might be on Netflix too. Maybe they just have like a Netflix partnership.
They might have a Netflix. Yeah, there's a potential that they do.
But the new one that's coming out that I'm very excited about, I talk about all the time, is Dawn to Dawn.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite manga that I've ever read. It's so fucking good. But Dawn to Dawn, I have talked about how it has like a very crazy style to it, and the art is very like active and very movement oriented, which I feel like based off everything they've done so far, they should and could kill it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just giving a shout out to these smaller studios that are trying to make it in this big monopolized world of animation.
I love it, for one. I completely love it. I am a ma and pa shop enthusiast. I love buying small business. Sure, it costs a little more, but guess what? I'm seeing the person that I'm giving that money to, and there's a layer of that makes me so happy. I know I'm not just feeding it to a Rothschild or some shit like that.
There's also just nothing better than like a distinct style and like effort put into something you're like indulging in, and just knowing that it's not just like a mega fucking corporation making it.
There's like a layer of passion that comes with these smaller studios that you just you learn to get addicted to.
That's the anime they're making right now. They're not making 30 others that all look the same. They're putting some time into this shit to make it look good for you.
Exactly. Like each thing has some care and tenderness to it. I'm excited for Dawn to Dawn. I think it's going to be great.
Have you read?
I've not read a thing. Okay. I'm just basing it off your fucking...
Yeah, I hope you like it.
I probably will. The one that you recommended to me that I just dropped was Undead Unluck. I need to pick up Undead Unluck again.
Because it just came out on Hulu, too.
Yeah, it came out in a weird spot. Like, I had to pirate it. No, I didn't. I had to get a Hulu subscription that I paid for. Because I do that with my anime.
I just get like a student Spotify thing.
That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. I got the student Spotify thing because I'm a good, hard-working, tax-paying...
Makes Spotify cheaper, too.
Yeah, no, it all works together well. So glad that I did that. The studio that I wanted to focus on was Studio 4C. Now, 4C, they have made some big...
Is it like the number 4 and C, or like foreseeing?
No, like the number 4 and then like 4 Celsius. Like it's 4 and then like the temperature thing and then C. So it's like Studio 4 Celsius, which assuming that it's like 30 degrees or something like that, whatever the fuck it is. No, wait, 0 is freezing. So 4 would be, what would that be? Would that be?
I don't know.
What would 4 be? 4 would be like 56 or something like that. Who fucking knows? Cause like 30 degrees Celsius, you're like, wow, I'm fucking hot. Like it's intense out here. But yeah, so Studio 4C, they made the Berserk anime, the 2012 stuff,
the shitty
CGI ones. They made this one movie called Motherfuckers, which it was really good. You can kind of see the art style difference that they do with this, because it's a westernized animation film, but it was still really cool. It was adapted also from a manga. But so basically this studio made this movie, it's called Children of the Sea. It came out in 2019. And this movie, the animation of it is just fucking cracked. It's so good. It's beautiful to look at. That was what drew me to it.
This is the one that was on Netflix too.
Yes. Yep. The animation of it was like, it drew me to it. It was really beautiful. There's this scene where a whale jumps out of the water. Happens a couple times. And like, it's just, oh my God, it's beautiful to look at. It kind of has like a Life of Pi vibe.
Yeah.
With the water. It's so colorful and vibrant. And like, these guys really broke the bank with the cast and crew of like directors and animators and, conductors that they had for it. Like they had Joe Hisashi on it, which for those who don't know who Joe Hisashi is, he's the godfather of making like music for movies. He's done basically every Studio Ghibli film. And it's like getting him on a project that is not a Studio Ghibli film is really wild. Yeah. It's so hard to get him to do that. I saw an interview where the director of this was talking about how like he had been talking to Hisashi for like 3 years trying to get him to do this, and finally they got through enough storyboarding and like they convinced him to do it.
Is the music good in it?
It's fucking beautiful. It's beautiful. The music's good, but he didn't just do the music. Like he did this, like all of the sounds, like all of it. Like he does the water trickling down the rocks as the main character walks in the aquarium and shit. Like he's really good. And then the main director or like head animator and director, Kenichi Kinoshi, he's the guy who did Princess Mononoke and a bunch of other stuff for Studio Ghibli. So they did kind of just go and get like the best of the best for this. And it's pretty evident from the animation and basically everything outside of the plot. You can tell they really put in some fucking hours
crazy.
for this.
Just outside of the plot.
Yeah, the plot's not good. The plot, I was reading some reviews online, and because sometimes I like to do that. I don't try and shape my opinion around it, but there is like a layer of almost positive affirmation that comes with like seeing people having the same viewpoints as you. And these guys had like basically every review that I was reading that was in like the 2 to 4 star range had the same review as me, which was like, it just really has no plot. The main character kind of just seems like they're flowing through the story. No real development is made, all of that nonsense.
Which goes to show even how much more insane it is that you get like Joe Hisashi and the Princess Mononoke guy just based on a story that's shit and like doesn't even really happen.
What I think happened was, so they had, when they first made it, they did 200 minutes worth of storyboarding for the piece. And what I think happened is that 200 minutes of storyboarding is probably really good. It's probably really, really good. It's so well done. But, and this is the case this is why all westernized films as well are like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Because when you have it in that range, it allows you to have 6 showings in a day, which means you just can make more money off of the piece.
It's just harder to get people to care for a longer than 2 hours.
No, exactly. I mean, you know me and Oppenheimer. My ass fucking fell asleep during when we went to Oppenheimer. I loved Oppenheimer. It was just like 11:30 at night. And the movie's 3 hours fucking long. I woke up and the fucking bomb was going off. Dude, bomb was going off. I wake up, I'm like, fuck, dude. I wish it was like, oh, I fell asleep for 5 minutes. I'll be okay, though. I fell asleep for like an hour and a half. I took such a long fucking nap.
You fell asleep for like a third of the movie.
I fell asleep for like half the film. Still a good movie. But yeah, so basically, they had like 200 minutes of storyboarding, cut it down to like 110. Just so they could get it in the shot. So this film was a combination of CGI and like 2D animation. And one of the like salary animators came out and talked, and he was just like, yeah, like we went through every individual frame, and this was animated with 32 FPS. So it's 32 frames per second. So every single frame that was in a scene with CGI, they went through and manufactured it and tweaked it a little bit so it didn't look as CGI. They just used it to help them get
a lot of work.
It skipped like the first hour of production when it comes towards that stuff. And so an employee came out, and basically he was, I forgot. This is something that I think is so cool to talk about, just because it gives you an idea of how complex the animation side of this was. So the movie takes place and it's like in water. The head director of this piece does a ton of shit with water. It's like he always symbolizes it as like pure, unfiltered freedom. And so in the water, there are over 40 individual types of fish. And each fish has its own design, own color palette, own, pattern, own movement. It's like movement styles and movement like patterns. And like they had to make sure that every single one of those fish stuck to those constraints, because if they didn't, they would scrap the panel and redo it. Like it's fucking nuts. So, we should take a little break.
Yeah.
We will be right back with you guys in a couple minutes.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us through that little break. We are back with our boy Bowen here talking about Studio 4C, that is C in Celsius.
C in Celsius, which, oh my God, we should just look this up now. What temp is 4C in Fahrenheit? Did not spell that correct. Okay, so it's 42 degrees. So I was kind of in the right spot.
Close.
Yeah. But yeah, so back to Studio 4C, as just to do a quick little synopsis. So we talked about very, very well animated, very thorough, very meticulous actions were made to make sure that this was, held up to the standard that they wanted it to be, which is crazy to me because the actual manga, if you look at it, it's just kind of outlines with some details in it. It's not the best shit on the planet, which also makes you question, like, how the fuck did this get an anime adaptation?
Maybe they just saw it as something that like wasn't popular enough where the creator would like demand everything stay the same.
Oh, true.
And so if you get like these shittier things, they're just happy to be fucking
could do whatever they wanted to.
Made into television.
Yeah, facts. They kind of had as much creative freedom as they wanted.
Yeah.
But so basically, it comes out. Movie's been released already. It's like, let's just to give you an idea. It's like February or something. Guy, this one animator, we're just going to call him fucking Animator A because he remained anonymous throughout all of this stuff. He comes out and he's like, so I have not been paid for a lot of work that I did for this piece. He gave a rough estimate to how many hours a month he was working. To put into perspective, you are allowed to work, or not allowed, you are on average going to work 160 hours a month in Japan in a work week. That's if you work 0 overtime, but they have laws.
40 hours.
40 hours a week. But they have laws that also get intertwined a bit. Like, you can't work more than 100 hours of overtime a month, which is kind of nuts fucking
crazy in itself. No one here is doing that.
No one is putting in 100 hours of overtime in a fucking week. No one is doing that. Or in a month. Yeah. No one's doing that. Some people probably are. People who are working like in the coal mines and shit. But so you're only allowed to work about 260 hours in a month, and that's if they're working you to the bone. So this animator comes out, and he's like, for the biggest 3 months of this project, I worked 393 hours a month.
How's he alive?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. You tell your family goodbye in that situation. You can't have friends.
No, you're just sleeping in the office.
You're sleeping in the office and you're waking up at your desk, sitting at your desk for 14 hours straight, going to bed at your desk, and you're repeating that for 3 months straight, which also is like, for that 3 months, he was working 393, which you're like, wow, that's a fuck ton. You don't just go from working 40-hour weeks to 393-hour months. Like, you don't do that. They were probably still working like
conditioned at that point.
Yeah, you're probably still working a solid 260 to 290. He was working
at least those 100 overtime
hours. Oh yeah. And so he approaches this journalist and he's like, I haven't been paid yet. What he learned was that during Japan's tax season, he got filed as a fixed hour worker or a flex hour worker, however they pronounce it. Or flexible work hour employee. That's what it's called. Basically, even though he worked all of this time as an overtime employee, he is stuck at a fixed rate for that overtime because he's not a salary employee. Mm-hmm. So they claim that so they don't have to pay him more. So he's like, you guys have like 200 hours of work to pay me for each month that I have not been paid for. Talks to a lot. A fuck ton. He's got in this, what he claimed is that he had 600 hours of work that he didn't get paid for. So he's like, tried to talk to a journalist. Journalist writes a story about it. No one gives a flying fuck. Talks to lawyers about it. Lawyers are like, even though you are legally in the right, no, you're not winning that in court because no one will force this company to pay it because of how fucked the tax legalization or the tax rules are in this situation. Goes everywhere. Can't find a thing. Year goes by. He approaches a union. Throughout this whole process, he's like really in touch with this reporter, like talking to this guy. More stories are coming out, but no one's like, it's not gaining any traction. The only reason I found out about this is because I watched a YouTube video, had like 5,000 views, like no fucking views on it that talked about this. Finally, year goes by. Fucking light bulb goes off in his head. He's like, oh my God. This is why they have unions. This is what a union is made for.
For the win.
Union for the fucking
their
win.
Purpose.
Yes. Talks to a union literally the next day. It's assumed that he got paid after talking to the union. The theory behind why he's the only one who spoke out is because everyone at that company signed NDAs to keep them from getting in trouble for improper working conditions. But the main reason I wanted to talk about this is because I wanted to kind of touch up on the monopolization stuff that we talked about a little bit. I feel like the actions of MAPPA are a bit of a two-way, or not a two-way street. Like, they're playing both sides of the coin with what they're doing. First off, they're obviously forcing their workers to work inhuman amount of hours. Deathly amount of hours. But because that's what the standard is needed to be to keep up with these fucking, T1 production studios, like a MAPPA, like a Toei, like a Production IG, shit like that. they're forcing these smaller companies to do the same exact fucking shit.
Yeah, literally. And it's like, you see this small studio doing this for one show. I think Mappa's got fucking 20 different things coming out at a time. And every day you see, oh my god, Mappa's animating this now too. Like it's every day.
No, they're gaining new shows. They're, what do you call it? Like they're buying out other production studios. Yeah, they're taking over their projects.
The fact that they are like overtaking studios like Wit. Yeah. Studio Wit for like Attack on Titan is insane because Wit is like a renowned fucking studio that has made countless things. But yeah, I mean, my first thought hearing that story is like, holy fuck, like 390 whatever hours. Fucking insane. It's more insane that there are like roundabout ways to get out of paying someone for 200 plus hours of work a month. Like that's fucked that there's even like possibilities that you couldn't get paid for that.
No, it's like,
if that happened in America, that's like it would get fixed so fast. So quick. The company would be shut down so fast. Or at least
you would hope it would get fixed that fast.
You're like, and then the thing is like a lawyer in the US would like pounce on that shit. Yeah. Like that's an easy fucking dub for me. Like I'm just winning a case straight up. Like,
the fact that there were people that were like, it's not that I don't think you are like morally you are correct in the fact that like you should be getting paid for those 200 hours. It's that we don't think we can win that. Like, which is fucking, that's insane to me, man. It's insane to me. Animators are like second class citizens in that fucking country. They do not get, like, they're not getting any rights around their working environment. It's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, also, I'm sure that they probably didn't put numbers out for it. I bet it wasn't even that much money.
No. I bet it was
they don't make shit.
600 hours. What's a number I can fucking throw out? I bet that's like $18,000. I bet that's what they missed out on.
Probably not even.
600 hours.
I don't think they get paid as much, though.
No, it's not. Sure, they won't get paid as much, but 600 hours, there's no way that's not like $18K. Let's do...
The thing is, though, they don't get paid as much.
You might be right. 600 hours would be like 30, or 18K across 600 hours would be about like 30 an hour.
Yeah, I doubt. That's doubt low level. No one even knows who he is. Animators.
Yeah, they're not making 30 an hour. That was probably over like $10,000. That was probably,
regardless. It's still fucked because you're putting that much time into it. But no matter the amount of money, it should. No, exactly. He should have gotten more money.
No, he should be paid more.
It probably went to fucking like Joe Hisashi.
Yeah, it probably did go. That's probably how they got Joe Hisashi on there. They said, "Don't worry, we're going to hire this one employee. He'll do 3 employees' levels of work, and we won't even pay him what one employee should make. We'll give you
2/3 of those 3 employees in one salary."
Yeah, no, fully. Oh my god, dude. Part of me, I can say I sympathize with these people as much as possible, but like, I have no idea truly how bad that must have fucking been for that person. Like, I mean, that fucks your entire life up there. Yeah. Your entire life. He's probably ostracized from the animation community and the animation workforce.
If 4C is still
open? Oh yeah, they're still open. They just had like 4 movies come out last year, all box office hits in Japan.
Yeah.
4C, while it's not that big in this country, they're fucking massive over there. It is a genuine, this issue of the work, I guess, the workload that animators get put, it is a genuine epidemic in the entertainment industry. And if I'm being honest, half of the blame goes on people like us who view the shit that they put out.
Like, demand more. Yeah, it's so good.
No, we view it and we demand more. Yeah. Like, there is a responsibility on almost, it's the idea of fucking trickle down economics. If I say I'm not watching this, like, okay, what the fuck are they going to do about that? That's like if like, what's a good way to say this? Let's say I'm upset with USA basketball. You know what, Trey? I refuse to play for the United States men's national basketball team. I will not step foot on that court until they fix that problem. Yeah. Like, that's not fucking changing anything. Right. That's not doing anything. Me not supporting that, well, sure, all action starts with one person. That's how it all goes. Like, nothing will fundamentally change until they pull like a Spartacus and they get masses upon masses of people. Yeah. No,
take advice from America. Do a strike.
Screen I was literally just about to fucking say that. Do a strike. Screen Actors Guild, Screenwriters Guild. Do a strike. Go about it. But I don't think they have that type of shit over there.
No, and people just won't do it because they need to provide for their families and shit. And it's just like, But I don't know. It's just crazy how much of a wormhole it is, like in this case, talking about anime, like animators, but just like workplaces in general in Japan. Like it's like overworking. Yeah. Fucking like just getting treated horribly, like getting yelled at and shit. Like it's becoming such a big topic that it's like hypocritical because anime are coming out that are about this. Yeah. Like Zom 100. He's fucking like ecstatic there's a zombie apocalypse because he doesn't have to fucking work 100 hours a week anymore.
No, fully.
Other shit, like by the grace of the gods I'm watching, he like dies and gets Isekai to a new world and all he wants to do is just like nothing except open like a laundromat and treat his workers right because he was working so much. Like,
the show, another show that I'm watching, Bartending Like a Drink Made by Gods. Yeah. The first episode, the lady comes into the fucking bar and she's like, yeah, I need something to like cool me down. Like I've been working like so many fucking hours at work. Like
there's like a term in Japan that is used for people who literally work themselves to death or work to the point of suicide.
No, it's what's crazy to me about Japan, and this is all from a bystander, or I guess a spectator's perspective. So like who fucking knows the actual legitimacy to this comment. But what's crazy to me is the people who go outside of that, I guess, societal spectrum, that wheel that they have going on of just working or going to college, working, dying. Like the people who go outside of that, they're called hikimoris. Like they are viewed as the trash of fucking neats, they're neats. Like they're viewed as trash in Japan and like a genuine mental illness, which like, I mean, I'm like, they do it to a very extreme level. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, how crazy is it to not want to work yourself to fucking death?
Yeah, no, it's like
sane to me.
That seems like a very normal thing to think. And it's not like these people are also like they never leave their place, but it's not like they're not doing anything. Like they do have jobs. They have to pay for their fucking home somehow, as long as they're not leeching off the back of someone, which who knows, maybe people do that, but like they have shit that they do. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of, in terms of Studio 4C, which, you know, fuck that studio. They've never made a good film in their entire fucking life. Berserk sucks ass.
Motherfuckers was good.
Motherfuckers. Yeah, but that's completely different. That one isn't like...
That one came out for that movie.
Yeah, no one...
They're in the clear.
Yeah. That one they're fine because they had to like... Because that movie came out in America, so they had to like fall under American laws and rules and shit.
It's also just like crazy like jobs we've had. If you like try to work over a certain amount of overtime, they're like, no, stop.
They're like, go home. Yeah. Fucking go home.
Yeah.
Like Hy-Vee, I'd be at 39 hours because if I know why, because I was a part-time employee, and if I hit that 40-hour mark, it meant that we had to do a ton of files. I'd be at 39 hours, like 56 minutes. They'd come and grab me. They'd be like, clock the fuck out! Clock the fuck out! Yeah. Same thing with Lowe's, dude. Lowe's would tweak when I would work 40 hours. Then I'd have to fill out some fucking pamphlet.
They just don't want to pay you. They'd rather hire someone else.
Yeah, they'd rather hire someone else. Which, I mean, if I'm in their position, I'm hiring someone else. I showed up to that job high out of my mind fucking 6 days a week. I sucked at that fucking job. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of it for my rant on Studio 4C. If I can leave you people with one thing... I'm not going to sit here and ask you to, you know, boycott these studios, you know, try to make potential change. But I do ask you to be a little more conscientious and understand the work that's going into the things that you're consuming. It's very easy to grind through a 12-episode anime and, you know, go on Analysts and put down a 7.5 out of 10. But I feel like there needs to be a layer of, you know, the consumption process that is now, because of how bad the work environments is for these people, is acknowledging, like, I understand that someone, like, literally ruined their life.
Show a little respect.
Yeah, show a little respect. You know, maybe subscribe to our Patreon. Who knows? However you're fucking
maybe don't upload that extra comment about how you're pissed that it's taken a month for them to get the next season out. Just wait patiently. Find something new to watch.
Yeah.
Read Invincible.
Fucking play Fallout. You know. Oh God, what are some? Subscribe to our Patreon again. Like, it's all good. It's all okay. But I think I'm ready to call her quits. You good with that?
Yeah, good short episode. Right.
Good short episode. Good to talk to you guys. Always fun to be here. Tune in next week. We have a fun episode planned, and we're excited to see you then.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.